Hi, boys and girls. It is Wednesday, and I am going to read you a book called Astronauts. And this book is a non-fiction book, which means it's facts and information. These are all real photographs in here. It does not make one whole page. Usually non-fiction books don't make one whole page. So, can you see all of the gear that this astronaut has on? They're going to talk about some of this in here. Today for your project, which I'll do in another video, you are going to make yourself into an astronaut on a piece of paper. So, I wanted to read you about astronauts so you have some ideas. So, it is written by Carmen Bredesen. Astronauts. Astronauts are men and women who travel into space. Look at this is the Earth down here. And these white things are all the clouds, and the blue is the oceans. This person is out on what's called a spacewalk. The first astronauts flew in small space capsules. Capsules are little spaceships. See that little spaceship right there? The little spaceships held just one person. So only one person a long time ago could go up in space at a time. Now we can send a bunch of people. Today, astronauts fly on the space shuttle, or like just the other day, in rockets. I'm not exactly sure what the difference between a space shuttle and a rocket is. 8 people can fit inside a space shuttle. And look, remember yesterday we talked about that there's not a lot of gravity in space, so it doesn't hold them on the ground. So look, they're floating around inside the space shuttle. How cool is that? Astronauts train for more than 1 year to get ready for a flight. They have special jobs to learn. Look at all of the instruments that they need to know how to use in the space shuttle. There's all kinds of levers and buttons and things to push and flip. The commander is the flight leader. This astronaut flies the shuttle. The commander also makes sure the crew is safe. So they're kind of like the boss. The crew spends months learning how the shuttle works. What if something breaks in space? The astronauts need to know how to fix it. So look, they're practicing fixing things if they might break in space, because they can't just say, hey, can somebody go get me a pipe or a wrench or a new lever? Astronauts do science during the flight. Some study how plants grow in space. So look, he's trying to grow some plants in space. I wonder how they get the water to stay in there if the water wants to float up. Maybe it has like a cover on it or something. Sometimes one of the astronauts is a doctor. The doctor does tests on the crew. The doctor wants to learn what being in space does to their body. Astronauts take spacewalks outside of the shuttle. They put on big spacesuits to walk in space. Look at, so there's a helmet, and it has like a clear piece so you can see out. And then this big, huge part of the helmet, they have gloves on. They have a whole like suit, the moon boots like we talked about yesterday. And this must be some kind of pack that gives them air or things like that. It looks like there's all kinds of tools on the belt here too. Many astronauts are scientists or doctors. They must have college degrees. They need to be very healthy too. So if you want to be an astronaut, you're going to need to go to college and be very healthy. I know you guys can do that if that's what you want to be. Do you want to be an astronaut? Study hard in school, exercise, and eat good food to make your body strong. You guys are already strong, huh? Today there is something new in space. It's the International Space Station. And this book was written a long time ago, so the space station was new back then, but it's been there for a long time now. So this is where the astronauts that just flew in that rocket. I think the rocket's called Dragon. They went to the space station. The whole station will take many years to build, but they've already built it. A lot of astronauts were needed for this work. So look, they're all building that space station. Maybe you will be an astronaut. Will you work on the space station? Will you be the first person to walk on Mars? They've had Mars rovers that have gone to Mars, but they don't have any people in them. They're just computers. Look at all those pictures. So, in the next video, I will explain to you what you're doing for your project today, how you are going to color your astronaut with your picture in it, and tomorrow we'll read another book. I'll see you tomorrow.